But all right, here's some B-roll. And if you take a look, you can see just like this, you'll see a little corner of me actually shooting, and then you'll see the actual footage big. So you can kind of see what camera movements I'm using with this gimbal to get the shot. So ready, set, go. So yeah, it's pretty easy to get smooth footage, but we're going to talk a little bit about why I don't use it very much until now, and what's been changed so that I can use this beast of a boy. Okay, let's start this proper. Hey, my name's Dave from the Not So Into Chinese Secret Show, and we're going to talk about today the Ronin-S, and a little bit of a mini review, 1 minute long. I know everybody already knows the reviews. Oh, be quiet. But I want to talk about the one thing that is holding me back from shooting with this thing, and that's going to be, spoiler alert, the weight. This thing is heavy, Joe says. Dave, 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 Dave. Oh, Joe, I love you, and I mean that. Back to the show. All right, now, what we're going to talk about first is the pros and the cons of the Ronin-S. Now, by now, everybody and their dog owns one, and I'm not that late to the party. I first saw it at NAB, and I told you this is going to be a game changer, and so it is. So I've had this for a long time now, and this is what I think of it. Go buy it. Seriously, just go buy it. Smoothest, strongest, bestest. It's like, you know, other gimbals that I've had, they actually always go off kilter on the horizon, and you have to recalibrate, and at the worst time, like during a paid gig. Like, that's not a good thing. And so if you use a gimbal and you've got to calibrate all the time, why is it a gimbal? No, just say no. And so anyways, this one, I've never calibrated it. Oh, weird, right? Also, I find that the actual motors give you a smoother motion, and there are a lot of things that you can tweak to make it smoother too, and to customize the follow, how fast it follows. And of course, it's got like the M Sport mode, right? So you can press and hold. It's backwards here because you can see it. The M mode, and you can like flick it around, and it actually looks more like a human movement versus a really smooth gimbal movement. So there's a lot of versatility to this thing that you can use it to create a lot of great camera moves. It doesn't lose its horizon. It's got great battery life. It's got a great iOS app. If you ever need to calibrate it, if you need to customize it, you can just do it all through the iOS app. Piece of cake. And also, it's a trusted DJI system. And I know they're made in China, but that's not a bad thing. So DJI pretty much owns the drone market. They kind of own the gimbal market now, and they kind of undercut everybody when they first came out. It's like, what, 650 bucks US? I think maybe 750 because you can't find this thing. It's like it's sold out everywhere. But it's an amazing gimbal, and just get it. But here's the one thing that I don't like, and it's because I'm weak. Yes, I know. I'm not like Joe because I don't do CrossFit, but this thing is heavy, man. Like, this thing, like, okay, forget the monitor. That's pretty light. Forget the G Master. Just picking up the gimbal, it's way heavier than my other gimbals. Granted, it can carry more weight, a payload that it's much higher than anything else that I have. But honestly, man, this thing weighs a ton. And that is the one reason that I don't use it as much as I could or should to get smoother footage. Because I literally don't want to carry it, right? And so the other thing is that the way you work this is a bit weird. You have to press and hold the trigger if you want to keep the camera level to the horizon. I almost dropped it onto my computer. It's so heavy right now because I have the lens extended. So it is a bit weird to have to always hold it from the trigger, unlike my other gimbals where I could make it in a mode where it keeps it level all the time. I can just kind of hold it as I wish, wherever I want. This one, you've got to kind of keep your grip so that you have control of the trigger if you want to change modes very quickly. And I found that that's limiting in the way I want to shoot. But alas, there are some solutions. All right, first solution, buy this strap. And everything here I've got links to in the description as well. And this strap saves my back. And it's just this little guy here. It's got a metal collar. It's got rubber little thingies in there so that it doesn't scratch your gimbal. And also it's formed to the Ronin. It's machined for the Ronin, which is really nice. And what this allows you to do is literally takes the weight off of your forearms and your arms and puts it onto your back. And this strap is great. It's made out of this neoprene stretchy stuff. So as you walk, it takes some of that weight off. It feels lighter, even though I know it's not, versus a hard or leather strap that you might use. So get this strap. This will save your back, your arms, your life. And if you take a look at the video again, I might play it again at the end, you'll notice that I can lever the camera because I've got this pivot point now that's attached to the Ronin. I have my shoulder, which is on usually crosslink style. So I've got one attachment point, two attachment point, and then I also lean the actual Ronin against my hip. So I've got like these 3 anchor points. And if I just pivot and turn my body, I can get really smooth camera movements, smoother than if I were to try to hold it steady. And after a while, it's literally so heavy that I start to shake. And so this prevents that a lot. And so I love, love, love this strap. Just go get it. Okay, number 2. Very unsexy. Get this little tiny piece of metal. I think it's like $7, okay? And what this does, it replaces this thing that I have no idea what it's for, but it's covering these little contacts, which I don't use. I don't know, maybe there's an accessory that I'll want to use later. But for now, I want to mount on my cheapy, I don't know how much this is, couple $100 monitor. It's not a very good monitor, but hey, it's good for framing. It's good for letting me see when I'm shooting from above or shooting from below without access to the back. And it also lets me pivot very quickly as well. And so you can put any ball head on because this just gives you a standard 1/4" 20 mount. Just get it. It's not sexy, but it works. All right. The third thing is not sexy either, but it's really useful. And it's this. An extension rod. Get your man out of the gutter. Not that kind of extension rod. This is just a carbon fiber extension rod. It's got a 1/4" 20 hole in the bottom, and it's got this nut, and it comes with 2 nuts, excluding me. And it has a 3/16 inch, I believe that's what the size is, as well as a 1/4" 20 nut on the top. So this allows you to get more reach on your beloved Ronin-S. And I've put this atop a monopod, a tripod, even a light stand, but sometimes all you need is a little bit of reach, and this is enough. And because of the strap, I can pretty much hold this all day long. Like, your shoulders get a little bit sore, but hey man, it sure beats holding this like this all day long and trying to make this work, right? And I don't think so, man. And so I love having this extension rod. You can get away with not bringing a slider. You can get away with not bringing a tripod if you want, if you're steady enough. And you can get so many more shots and move so much more quickly to frame different shots with this system. What's there to look forward to? I have also ordered when they first released it, the first day they released it, because I'm not Vlad, I'm not so quick onto the draw to buy stuff, but I did order the follow focus motor, and I was really excited about that when I first saw that at NAB, because I am a control freak, and although I do love the autofocus of the Sony a7 III here, I do sometimes wish I had more control over the follow focus. And so with this knob that's built into the Ronin and that follow focus motor, I am so looking forward to testing that out, and I'm going to give you a full report next week. But before that, I think that's about it for today. If you've got any accessories that you love and you think are just awesome, I'd love to hear it, because I'm always trying to find a better, easier way to get better footage and a better perspective. But for now, let's talk about the thought of the day. And here's the thought of the day. Complacency is the forerunner of mediocrity. You can never work too hard on attitudes, effort, and technique. And I've been harping on my boys for a lot of years about attitude and effort, and don't worry about the results. But adding that technique, you know, I realized, oh yeah, you can't just go for it if you're doing things wrong, or else you just learn the wrong way. We've got to make sure we're doing the right things, and we put that effort towards the right technique and the right things. But that's all I got for today. I will play that video one more time, but God bless, and hope to see you guys in the next video.